Your brain doesn't detect reality, it creates it. Imagination blends objectivity and subjectivity, shaping our experience of reality. As we awaken from our perception of reality, our curiosity about its true nature deepens. But when we question what reality really is, are we not, in essence, questioning the nature of God? After all, God and reality are deeply interconnected. The observer and the observed, the creator and the creation. Reality reflects God, a realization that we may not always recognize. So, is our perception of reality merely a reflection shaped by our mind, or is it a direct experience of something beyond ourselves? Today, let's explore the connection between reality and individual thought. Is it true that the human brain merely detects reality, or does it actually construct that reality? Before we dive into the first sign, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you love life lessons and want to explore insights about psychology and spirituality. Our perception of God fundamentally shapes the way we view creation and reality. This understanding doesn't exist in isolation. It flows into how we see ourselves, how we interpret the world around us, and how we come to terms with the nature of existence itself. When we discuss reality, we are invariably engaging with the concept of God, this force, this being, that orchestrates and animates our experience. Reality is not just a passive backdrop. It is dynamic, intertwined with our consciousness and belief systems. This profound relationship between God and reality is reflected in numerous spiritual traditions, each offering its own framework to decipher the mysteries of existence. Systems like Hermeticism, Rosicrucianism, and esoteric Christianity provide structured ways to understand creation, celestial hierarchies, and the cycles of evolution. When we consider how God or the Source creates, we step beyond the boundaries of conventional thinking. The creative process at this level transcends our limited concepts and defies simplistic explanations. Even our most expansive understanding of love is inadequate when discussing the Source. While love is often equated with God, and for good reason, it represents just one facet of a boundless force. God or Source is everything: potential, possibility, and actuality. It embodies the unmanifested and the manifested, the invisible and the visible. It encompasses everything that has ever been, everything that will ever be, and even what we cannot yet fathom. It includes the heights of our imagination and the depths of our understanding. This boundless nature of Source means that our finite minds can only begin to grasp its essence through imagination. Imagination is not just fanciful thinking, it is a powerful, intrinsic connection to the divine. Through imagination, we explore possibilities beyond our physical senses, connecting directly with the creative force of the universe. Our imagination offers us a glimpse into the infinite, a tool that bridges our human experience with the divine source. Reality itself can be seen as structured imagination. Just as a sculptor shapes clay into form, the formless potential of imagination is given shape and substance through our perceptions and beliefs. At its highest level, reality is a reflection of God's imagination. This idea suggests that the universe is not random but purposefully and creatively constructed. We are co-creators, contributing to this tapestry of existence through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. In this universe, the central theme appears to be light, which inherently brings forth shadow. This duality, light and shadow, order and chaos, creation and destruction, forms the foundation for infinite exploration. Duality is not just a philosophical concept. It is an experiential reality that allows us to understand opposites, contrasts, and balance. Without shadow, light cannot be fully appreciated. Without challenges, growth cannot occur. This interplay between light and shadow mirrors the creative nature of God, offering us endless opportunities to explore, learn, and evolve. Our perception of reality, therefore, is both a reflection and a construction. Our brains do not merely detect reality, they shape it. This dynamic relationship between perception and creation means that reality is subjective, shaped by individual and collective consciousness. The way we understand God or Source shapes the way we experience reality. If we perceive God as a force of love, unity, and creativity, we are likely to experience a world that reflects those qualities. If we perceive God as distant or punitive, our reality may reflect separation and fear. The vastness of this concept can feel overwhelming, yet it offers profound freedom. We are not passive observers of reality. We are active participants in its creation. By expanding our imagination and deepening our understanding of God or Source, we can shape a reality that reflects higher ideals, such as compassion, wisdom, and unity. This realization empowers us to live more consciously, to engage with the world as co-creators rather than mere bystanders. In the end, reality is a dance between perception and creation, between light and shadow, between the finite and the infinite. By embracing imagination and understanding our connection to Source, we open ourselves to a reality that is richer, deeper, and more meaningful than we might have previously believed. This journey of exploration is ultimately a journey toward understanding ourselves, the universe, and the divine force that animates it all. Source, Spirit, or God can also be seen as imagination. By focusing on imagination, we highlight its creative aspect, which we might refer to as the mind. The Hermetic principle that all is mind points directly to this aspect of Source imagination. Imagination is the ultimate creative power we possess. At its highest level, we are pure creative energy, illusions draped in logic. This explains why our thoughts create reality. Our minds are fractals of the universal mind, and our imagination is a fragment of the infinite creative potential of Source. When we realize that reality is not just external but a projection of the mind, we understand the profound connection between our thoughts and the world we experience. The mind isn't just a passive receiver of information, it is a dynamic creator. This idea resonates with many ancient teachings, the notion that the universe itself is shaped by thought, by consciousness. Our personal reality, therefore, is an extension of the universal mind, and our imagination is a tool that taps into this boundless potential to shape the reality we live in. However, Source is not just imagination. It embodies oneness, manifesting as the unified field of consciousness. Oneness complements imagination by adding the dimension of feeling. Feelings arise from the recognition that everything is interconnected, that all is one. This awareness is vital in the creation of reality, just as thoughts are. The connection between thought and emotion becomes the bridge through which creation flows. Emotion gives life and substance to our thoughts, turning them from abstract ideas into tangible experiences. Without feeling, imagination would lack the energy to manifest into form. All of life is sentient, even when that sentience is not immediately apparent. This inherent sentience, stemming from oneness, is the force behind creation at both the universal and personal levels. It is through this magnetic force of consciousness that reality comes into being. The universe, with all its vastness and complexity, is a direct reflection of the unified consciousness of Source, brought into being through the interplay of thought, imagination, and emotion. It is this triad, mind, feeling, and spirit, that shapes our experience of reality, from the smallest personal thoughts to the grandest universal creations. The process of creating reality begins with the Source, our divine self, manifesting themes through imagination. This is like zooming in on a single quality in the infinite sea of intelligence. By focusing on one theme or quality, we delve deep into it, immersing ourselves in that aspect of creation. In this case, the quality we explore is light. As we zoom in on this theme, we uncover the very structure of reality. Light inherently brings duality, as its existence creates the possibility of shadow. This duality exists even at the finest levels of existence and continues as we move deeper into the denser layers of the universe. The universe of light is organized around this duality, functioning much like a battery with positive and negative charges. These opposing forces generate attraction, the very foundation of the law of attraction. At its core, reality itself consists of parameters and boundaries that allow us to engage with imagination. In a sense, reality is a framework that provides us with the space to manifest thoughts and desires. Without these boundaries, the infinite potential of Source would remain undifferentiated and unmanifested. This duality is not just an abstract concept, but a fundamental structure that shapes all aspects of life and the universe. By recognizing this, we see that our reality is not a single static entity but a dynamic interplay of forces, light and shadow, positive and negative, that come together to create the experiences we encounter. The law of attraction operates within this dynamic, where our thoughts and emotions, which are charged with energy, attract like energies from the universe. Moreover, as infinite and eternal beings, we encompass all that was, is, and will be. However, in order to experience something tangible and objective, we must impose boundaries on this infinite potential. This is where imagination plays a key role. Imagination gives form to the formless, allowing us to create specific realities within the vast, infinite possibilities of Source. It is through this act of focus and creation that we begin to shape our world, and by extension, the universe around us. Thus, the process of reality creation is not random or chaotic, but a purposeful unfolding of dualities and energies, guided by the imaginative power of Source itself. This interplay of forces shapes everything we experience, from the smallest moments to the grandest events in the universe. Reality is the interplay between subjectivity and objectivity in perfect harmony, where the two coexist without separation. At the highest level, subjectivity and objectivity become indistinguishable, merging into a unified field that we might call imagination. This fusion requires parameters in order to become an experience. Themes such as light serve as initial boundaries, giving shape and structure to the infinite. These boundaries allow us to experience reality in a tangible, perceptible way, opening up layers of creation that stretch from the oversoul to individual streams of consciousness. These layers enable us to manifest specific realities within the framework of imagination, where the boundaries of possibility are defined. In this context, imagination is not merely a passive mental activity, but the creative force through which reality is shaped. By defining certain parameters, like the theme of light, the infinite becomes accessible and can be experienced in structured ways. Light introduces duality. Its existence creates the possibility of shadow. Similarly, within the realm of imagination, duality and boundaries are essential for shaping experience. Without these boundaries, the infinite potential of the Source would remain undifferentiated, unable to manifest in any way that we can perceive or interact with. Source creates reality through primal fields of sound and light, which are fundamental building blocks of existence. These fields carry the intention of Source for the universe, acting as blueprints for creation. Just as light and sound are intertwined in the fabric of creation, the universe operates according to a set of guiding principles, like free will. The universe functions as a consensus reality, meaning that within this system, any paradigm or spiritual experience we wish to engage with is available to us. By entering this universe, we gain the ability to create and explore specific experiences, such as physical embodiment, accessible only through the third density of this reality. This framework allows for higher densities, each offering unique experiences, but they all rely on the foundational principle of duality, where boundaries and themes shape the infinite. Through these parameters, the boundless potential of Source can manifest as the complex and dynamic reality we experience, where imagination and creation work hand in hand to bring about all that we know. To understand creating your own reality, it's essential to grasp that this process unfolds across multiple levels. The first level is Source itself, generating themes and universes. The second level is our entry into these universes, choosing the density or aspect we wish to experience. The third level is actively participating in creation within the chosen reality, interacting with its parameters and collaborating with others who also possess free will. Creating reality requires understanding existing laws and structures. It is inherently a cooperative process shaped by the given density's boundaries and our interactions with others. Spiritual awakening is a critical element in this process. Awakening involves releasing denial at all levels of being, recognizing and embracing every part of our consciousness, including the aspect connected to Source and our emotional and physical selves. Denying any aspect obstructs the creative process. Awakening is a journey out of cosmic denial, empowering us to reclaim our role as creators. Ironically, We often perceive reality as rigid and structured, yet it is layers deep in a dream. Reality is a dream within a dream, created so we can experience something real enough to push against yet flexible enough to evolve. Evolution is growing out of one layer of the dream into the next, deepening self-awareness. Love is central to this process, providing order and allowing us to create structured realities and evolve beyond them. As we grow, love guides us, offering both the boundaries for experience and the path to liberation. It is the force that allows us to create, transcend, explore, and awaken. To understand the full interplay of creation and evolution, we must recognize love as a universal force facilitating growth. Love establishes the structures through which we experience reality and serves as the mechanism for evolving beyond those structures. This dual role allows us to explore who we are through countless reference points, each offering a new perspective and understanding. As we experience these reference points, we evolve, shedding old parameters and stepping into higher levels of consciousness. This evolution is guided by a sense of order that allows growth to unfold naturally. It moves us toward greater awareness, understanding, and ultimately unity with Source. This process is about self-realization and co-creating with others within the framework of reality. Love, as the organizing principle, ensures that while we may begin at different points and move at different paces, we are interconnected within the same universal journey of creation and evolution. Creating reality within reality starts with understanding what reality truly is. Without this understanding, we are lost in our desires, wishing to manifest without comprehending the structures at play. Reality creation requires alignment between three key aspects of our energy field: thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each corresponds to a different facet of our being and plays a crucial role in the creative process. The mental body, associated with thoughts, connects us to source consciousness, the realm of limitless possibility. It is where we remember our divine nature and the truth that we can create anything we wish to experience. This aspect dreams, imagines, and conceptualizes potential realities. The heart center, associated with emotions, reflects the oneness of existence. Through feelings, we connect to the unified field of consciousness, experiencing empathy, love, and interconnectedness with all life. Emotions are a powerful creative force, shaping reality as much as thoughts do. The physical body, associated with actions, anchors creation in tangible form. It represents the will, the ability to act and manifest desires on the physical plane. Through action, we bring the intangible into the realm of experience, giving shape and substance to thoughts and emotions. For powerful creation, these aspects, thoughts, emotions, and actions, must be in harmony. When aligned, we tap into our full creative potential. If one aspect denies or contradicts the others, our ability to create diminishes. For example, if our actions and emotions deny our thoughts, or if our thoughts and emotions lack corresponding actions, the creative process becomes fragmented, leading to frustration and the feeling that we cannot manifest our reality. Perfection in these aspects is not required. What matters most is understanding their interplay. When we acknowledge and integrate these facets of our consciousness, we begin to create more deliberately and effectively. Many struggles in creating our reality stem from denying certain aspects of ourselves or failing to recognize their influence. We may resist parts of our consciousness that seem uncomfortable or difficult, but understanding how these elements work together is key to overcoming the obstacles we face. The core of this understanding is that reality is not a single, fixed entity, but a dynamic process of interaction. This process is particularly evident when we consider the framework of light. Within this framework, countless versions of reality exist, each offering a unique perspective and experience. These variations arise from different densities and dimensions of light, with each dimension providing distinct parameters for creation. Even within the same density, the possibilities for creation are vast. The way we express and experience reality is shaped by our ability to navigate and work with these dimensions, and our creative potential is only limited by our awareness of them. It's crucial to recognize that reality is not limited to the physical or material world. The mind, imagination, and emotional energy all play a significant role in shaping how we perceive and interact with reality. Imagination, as an extension of our creative potential, allows us to explore countless possibilities. It is through imagination that we tap into the infinite creative power of Source, the force that underlies all existence. The nature of Source is love, an all-encompassing force that drives the desire to know, experience, and grow. Love, in this context, is not just a human emotion but the fundamental force behind all creation. It is the energy that binds everything together, the desire for connection and expansion. Through imagination, the boundless creative aspect of Source holds all truths and gives birth to all realities. When we align with this understanding, we unlock the power to consciously create, harmonizing with the universal forces that shape our existence. In doing so, we become more than passive observers. We become active participants in the unfolding of our own reality.